Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be breaking down a major conversation involving Jedediah Brown and John Lowenstein, the man who has an actual unseen footage connected to the Kenneka Jenkins case. If you haven't heard this interview, don't worry. I'm about to break it all down for you in plain English in a way that we finally make it make sense. Let's get into it. So let's talk about John because he is not a random camera guy. John is an award-winning photographer, filmmaker, and a former teacher who worked on the south side of Chicago. He spent years documenting police violence, poverty, segregation, and all the stuff that Chicago families deal with every single day. And he said something powerful. The community didn't have the tools to tell their own stories. So he picked up the cameras and became that tool. He followed activists, including Jedediah, not for money, not for fame, but because he wanted history to be remembered, what really happened on the ground. John said the Kenneka Jenkins case hit him differently. He already knew that the pain of seeing young people die and seeing families ignored. He talked about one of his former students whose little sister was murdered and thrown in a garbage bag. And nobody showed up, nobody protested, nobody demanded justice. So when Kenneka's story broke, he instantly felt that connection. He saw a mother in pain, he saw a community in pain, and he watched people come together like he hadn't seen before. He said that's why the movement around Kenneka's resonated. It wasn't organized activists. It was regular people showing up with real emotions, demanding answers. John said what people saw on social media was only a fraction of the truth. Behind the scenes, advocates were working nonstop. Jedediah and his crew were showing up every day and every night. People were arguing, crying, breaking down, trying to figure out what happened. There were rumors, chaos, and so much emotions. He said the protests were beautiful and painful at the same time. Beautiful because the community finally stood together. Painful because how much trauma everybody carried. He said the whole situation was like watching people fight through sadness and strength at the same time. Now, here's the part everybody has been waiting on. John said, yes, he has hours of footage, raw footage from the protests, behind the scenes moments, unreleased scenes from inside the movement, emotional breakdowns, hotel confrontations, things the public never got to see. He watched a 90-minute rough cut and said even he was blown away by what was in it. And get this, he admitted he's been thinking about making a full film on Kenneka for years. He literally said, I definitely have the footage, probably the strongest collection of anybody. So the footage exists, the story is documented, and he believes the world is finally ready to see it. John also talked about the biggest question everybody still has. Where is the footage from the camera above the walk-in freezer? He said he doesn't know what happened either, but he wishes the hotel released that video. He said if the footage existed and was shown, it could have given Kenneka's family and others closure. He said this case has taken a hold of people's hearts for almost a decade, and it still hits him every time it resurfaces. John said this case is different because it hit people in a deep personal way, not just Chicago, but the whole world. He saw a mother begging for answers, a community refusing to be ignored, activists putting their bodies on the line, a movement that demanded justice. He said watching that, filming that, living through that, it changed him forever. So, that's the breakdown of what Jedediah and John revealed, the unseen footage, the emotional truth behind the protest, and why this case still matters today. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the documentary should be released? Do y'all believe the full truth will ever come out? Drop y'all comments in the comment section below. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, and also turn on your notification bell so you will be notified each and every time I go live about this subject or I drop a video. Thanks. Have a good day.